November 13th, I believe. I'm here with JC, one of the supporters. Has been here a long time, staying for the long haul here. You're heading up to, sorry, I didn't ask what you're doing.
Paul Jorgensen, that's a friend of the farms. I worked there 21 yeyears ago for summer. Paul's worked 3 summers, there's 3 seasons with them. So I've hatched these birds, and they killed some of the ones I hatched.
Oh, man.
It hurts.
I had no idea.
They murdered my babies.
Fucking brutal. So, I'm sorry, I didn't even know that. I didn't realize.
It's okay.
So we're just pulling up. I'm giving JC a ride here, and looks like the police, the fences are completely down now.
No, it's still blue all the way.
Oh,
They're
there's
doing it right now.
the
That's
one.
why they're here. They're following those guys around for safety.
Right. So there's the police are really it seems like a rather aggressive parking here. I don't know what's going on. So we'll do a little drive by and see what exactly they're doing.
Tear down the fences. They started up here, so they're guarding the fence guys.
I just don't know why this cop is parked like the way he is in the driveway here.
Because they've been harassing us ever since I've been here. 7 weeks, there's been harassment.
I'll go ask him what he's doing.
They're blocking the those guys.
Hey, is there some reason you're blocking the driveway?
Just they don't want anyone to drive past
The trucks, they don't want anybody.
Okay, well, why is this driveway blocked? The one that you're in front of.
that's why.
So what exactly is it you're trying to do by blocking their driveway?
No one who drives past the...
Well, maybe you could go across the street and block the street if that's what you're trying to do.
I'm good here. If someone needs to go further regularly, I'll move whatever way I'm going to go that way.
So you make it a habit of people blocking people's driveway. It's just a little bit obnoxious. You want to move your car? You're not welcome here. Do you understand that? So can you move your car?
Buddy, move your car. The hell out of here.
So what's
You
the
go
purpose,
protect them.
other than
You
trying to
wanna go
aggravate
protect
people, what's the purpose of blocking this
Get
driveway?
over there and protect them. I don't give a fuck. You go over there and do your shit. This is intimidation.
This is, there's no reason for you to be parked here. You're not making any sense at all.
Nobody's gonna come down there. If we do, we'd walk on foot. See ya.
No, this is just an obnoxious spot to park.
It
Anyone
is.
can see that there's no reason for you to be parked here.
It's
Just get out of there. Get out of their driveway.
following orders.
Go over there and do your shit.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit here like you're intimidating anybody. Because you're
So
not.
just to rub it in, they're gonna block the driveway for
I know.
some reason. There's absolutely no reason for it. Whatever he's saying makes no sense.
He doesn't have to park his car here.
Well, you can let the world figure out why you're blocking their driveway. So what's the reason again? It makes no sense. Everyone can see plain as day. You're just parking here to be an ass. You like rubbing salt in the wound? Is that your purpose? What's your name and badge number? 58245. And your last name?
Doesn't matter.
Well, no surprise there. Just park blocking the driveway just to rub it in. So this is presumably the last day they'll be here. And there's the last stretch of fence coming out. Rudy Bruce, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What do you think of that there?
I think this is a little bit more intimidation that,
Well, it's just obnoxious.
uncalled for.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Uncalled for.
Parked in their driveway, nosing in like that.
Yeah. Uncalled for. Nobody's bothering those guys.
No.
Okay?
That's one last rubbing their
Yeah.
nose in it. That's what that is.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Nobody gives a shit. We want the fence out of here. So, I mean, what difference does it make where he parked? He doesn't have to be intimidating like that. That's
No,
intimidation.
They can follow him down and not park there.
Okay?
One last kick at the cat.
Yeah, one last kick while they're down.
Yeah.
That's what that is right there.
Yeah, exactly.
They spent all last night on the front post there. To relief at 7 in the morning. They had no problems. They talked to me from over there.
So what else going on, Rudy Bruce? I've never got a chance to really catch up with you as far as
Well,
your
now
thoughts.
they know that something is going to happen. Because they've been filed against for animal cruelty and all of that.
Yeah.
So they're going to be on the hook too.
Yeah.
So this is going to involve a big lawsuit.
Yeah.
Okay? And they deserve what's coming after this fiasco, what they did here. This was totally unacceptable as far as what their job was to do with these birds. And they never, like I say, never tested these birds. They were never sick acting or anything. And yet they did what they did in the most vicious, cruel way they could think of possible.
Yeah.
This was horrendous, is what this was. So they deserve what's coming. Believe me.
All right. Well, thank you there, Rudy Bruce.
You're welcome.
We'll see you later.
Okay, take care, buddy.
See you later, Rudy.
Yeah.
So this will presumably be the last day, but who knows? We'll take a look up from the highway and see what the aftermath looks like. They made a big mess out there, from my understanding.
Oh, it's a disaster.
They just pushed the hay around, flipped it, knocked the bales over, so basically rendering it all useless. Now it's getting pissed on. So was that deliberate? Are they going to set it on fire? I guess if they're going to be out of here tonight, I guess they're not setting it on fire. So I can only imagine what kind of a mess is going to be left to clean up.
He tagged me all the way down on this fence line on the other side. And then he stopped there, and then they were out of the vehicle when I got up here. And this is 6:30 in the morning. I said, really? I'm disabled. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So this guy's already got his door open. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, he's waving me through.
He's pretty moving the violence. He doesn't want anybody down. That's all he's doing. He's blocking it for the other guys.
All right, so here's where the kill box was, and all the big lights and the dystopian nightmare that was here for what's over 6 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, 6, 7 weeks
Somewhere
now.
between $500 to $1,000 to $1 million a day or something like that. 120 cops on the payroll, all getting 16-hour shifts, 4 hours of fucking whatever double or triple time, whatever that is. And yeah, travel, LO, hotels, meals, everything.
Fuel.
Fucking, imagine that bill. And here's this fucking absolute disaster. I will not be surprised if they leave it like that. What a mess. Holy shit. It's like they literally had to fucking turn it into the biggest mess possible before they left. What the fuck is that?
No need for it.
That's what they call the kill pen.
Yeah, thanks. Pulled over. I'm pulled over with my blinker on, just for the record. I'm watching the live. I think some of the people's patience around here is low. Obviously, there's been a lot of cars stopping in this area for months now, so understandably, people's patience, especially the small towners who are not really fans of the whole operation in the first place. That mess. Like, what the? Why would they do that? So, JC, I don't know. I know this is probably an emotional subject or touchy subject for you, but what would you want to say about Hatching the eggs, how was that experience for you? How many years ago was that? I know.
21 years ago. I've been a friend of the farm ever since. I've river floated with all these children. They call me Uncle, Paul's children. I've been gone for quite a while, but they all recognize me immediately. I've always been in touch, but I'm on the road working a lot. I hatched those 7 birds, and they're like little ducklings, and they imprint on you. So in the first thing on the hatching room downstairs where the incubators work, you got to break them out of the shell because they're so hard, eggshells. You get them out, they go into a heated area down there. You do it like a chicken. You got to get them water, get them to feed. They get older, they put them outside. There's an outside room that was heated, and it's all fenced off, and the birds go out there, and they slowly get up. And if you go back to them, 5 days later, the same 6 you hatch, following around like your dad. And they're just beautiful little creatures. This is an absolute atrocity what they did. They murdered them in front of all of us. 1,000 guys, there were 1,000 people on that road. 5 or 6 of them with AR-15s all full auto, slaughtered them with all of us witnessing it. I'll never forgive or forget this. It scarred me for fucking life, part of my language.
I'm sorry. Really sorry about that. And how was it like hatching the eggs on the farm? How many years ago was that?
21.
21 years ago.
So the 6 that I hatched, we're still 5 alive in that slaughter because they live up to 40 years. So they killed they're not my personal, but I hatched them, so they took me on as their dad, so they killed my babies. And I had to watch it. And it was the most inhumane way they could do it. Even Hitler wasn't as bad as these assholes. The birds panic easy.
So so you said 40 years, is that when they're in captivity? Because I know
30 to 40.
Because I know when you look on, because when you look online it says like 70, I think.
Well,
I guess that's out in the wild.
I think that's more in the wild.
Right. Okay. Well,
They stress easily. They have a unique hierarchy. There's blues, reds, and blacks. It's amazing. They're amazing creatures. They're kind, caring. Only in the rut, you got to watch out because that's when the big roosters fight.
So when I read like all the different methods that they could have used for the slaughter, I think that even in the CIA's own handbook, it said that shooting was a last resort. And then I also read the other methods also seem very gruesome. But I also read from another professional about ostrich euthanasia is that what a humane thing to do would be to hood them so it calms them, take them away separate from the herd, of course, and then use, I know this is still awful, and I'm sorry to bring this up, but they would use like a bolt gun like they use on cows where it just goes to the top of the head. It's relatively quiet. Well, I don't know how loud it is, but it's not like a gunshot. And then the other birds don't get as spooked, and the one that does get euthanized doesn't have any warning. It's just all of a sudden it's gone, right?
Yes.
And what reason, other than, well, I mean, I'll let you answer, but what reason would there possibly be to do a firing squad in such a chaotic, psychotic manner that they did?
I believe once they had the court approval, they were going to waste no time for any other lawyers or anybody to get involved to stop the slaughter.
So they just did it quick and dirty.
Quick and dirty, and they've been doing stuff behind our backs for months now. This wasn't all the birds. The birds were going missing already, so we believe they took some hens out, and they already have the cure. They just didn't want the Espersons to have it.
Right, and that would make perfect sense because they were in the news back in 2021 about, possibly putting an end to the coronavirus pandemic, and I believe that maybe that's when they got the bullseye put on them back then.
I believe so too. Because,
any of the so-called conspiracy theorists or awake people have been warning about bird flu's the next one, bird flu, and that, these people labeled conspiracy theorists, well, they seem to be right a lot of the time, more than not. And, what a wrench to throw in things is if you had an alternative to vaccines for this, next pandemic that's coming up or future pandemics in general. Maybe these ostrich eggs are the answer to getting us out of this vaccine agenda that they have for all of us. But thank you for your time and sharing that with us. Is there anything else? Do you remember the names of any of the ones that you hatched? Or
no, they weren't named that young. They get named older, but I remember the one bird that who was Eric Esperson's protector, was called Stone Cold.
Oh
He
yeah.
was a big blue, about 10'4", about almost 300 pounds. And any rooster that got in the rut got near Eric, he would put the run on him because it was the hierarchy. He was the top dog. Eric was. Then Stone Cold was his guy on the thing. And it's just a remarkable thing. There's a hierarchy out there. They're beautiful animals. They're intelligent. Until you've been around them, you just don't know. They're magical animals.
They are magical, and I got to spend a lot of time with them at nighttime. That was my favorite time. Was I would walk to the pens, and I would always hang out with the guards at the middle of the night, and we'd always I just like to be with them, and they'd check me out, and I'd check them out, and there'd just be one or two of them at a time, and they were all positioned around the pen, guarding the rest of the flock, and they were my favorite, of course. Just standing guard, really cool animals. So yeah, thank you for that, sharing that, and yeah, it's another story to just kind of show the the sentient properties that these big, beautiful, majestic beings had. They they listened when you talked, when you whistled, when you sing, when you called their name. They turned and they looked and they paid attention to you. And
they would come to you.
And they would come to you, and they're not just like some quote unquote poultry.
No.
Anyways, we're just getting to our destination here, and that's it for updates for now. And thanks again, JC, for sharing that.
More than welcome.
It's still rolling. Where exactly are we?
This is Paul's house.
Okay. And